step up now. And I'm not sure if my volume is up. Learning this right here is new to me. Okay, so I got one viewer. I'm just reading everything. Hey y'all, come on in, come on in, come on in. Hey, come on in, come on in, come on in. I'm doing good. How are you? Come on in. I didn't even put my title on here because I'm not used to really coming live on this one. I usually do the StreamYard. But how are y'all? Like, what's going on? Awesome. What's going on? When y'all come in, begin to like, the video or like the live. I'm trying to invite people. Right? Let me see. So those that's in here, go ahead on and put it in the chat. Really? On WhatsApp? Okay. I do have WhatsApp, I think. Let me make sure that I have WhatsApp. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I'm waiting to see some of my usuals to come on. I'm inviting people. I thought I had WhatsApp. There you go. All right, so guys, come on in the house. We're gonna talk about a topic. I'm usually on StreamYard, but I decided to come and do a live and in color, me, right? And I come to talk to you about some things I've been seeing going on. Yeah, the streets are really hot here on YouTube. Okay. Well, how are you? That's great. I'm trying to see where that's at for me. Okay, small Africa. Okay, okay. We got Africa on here tonight. Shout out to Africa. Anybody in those surrounding areas, shout out to you. So, guys, we're gonna talk about some things tonight. But I'm trying to get some more people on my live. Yep, I do. I'm American. Yes. Um, so I'm trying to share my live. Guys, make sure y'all share my live when you come on. And let's get into this topic. I did not put a thumbnail on here because, again, I'm not used to coming straight on like this. Okay. So you got me straight live, right? Without StreamYard. This is different. So we're gonna talk about, y'all know, um, the story has been unfolding about this couple. It was the LaChuse, now it's not LaChuse anymore. Um, we're out of that saga, and now we are dealing with the um, ex-wife trying to move on. Okay, and what I see in the red flags that I'm seeing right now, um, by her coming out, so-called telling her story, right? The red flags that I'm seeing on her behalf is that she is saying she don't have no fault in any of her relationships going left, right? So when you have a person that don't want to take accountability, okay, put that back on the screen again. Okay, Africa or the Middle East. Um, put that back on the screen again. I didn't see it. It flew by so fast. But anyway, like I said, this young lady, um, she's now saying, "Hey, I haven't done anything in my relationships. You know, my ex-husband, I got divorced from him. It wasn't my fault." She's just going around just taking zero accountability, and I have a problem with that. When you got a individual that is saying, "Hey, I done nothing wrong," and you're looking at every relationship that she's been in, from her four baby daddies. You look at that relationship and how, their relationship dissolved, right? She said it wasn't my fault then. So when she got with her husband, and now they went through divorce, she said that wasn't her fault. If you ever find a person, right, that don't take accountability for their actions, that's a problem. That's a problem, okay? And so this is what we're seeing now. I wasn't going to talk anymore about the story, but this story is very interesting because it's unfolding some things that we as people and we as women, right? I'm gonna say we as women, you know, we go through relationships, and one thing about women, we don't like to get dumped on, right? And so this the situation is the young lady cannot take rejection. Okay? So she got rejected by her first baby daddy. She got rejected by her husband. Now she's getting rejected by her ex boyfriend now, because he's became her ex. Okay? So, and she said, "I'm not the problem. He's the problem. They're the problem. Everybody's the problem but me." Okay? When you got a person that don't want to take accountability for their action, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a red flag. If you ever meet anybody in life like that, run. I tell anybody to run. So I'm always, when I come on here, I'm always going to bring you a spiritual side of anything that I cover here on YouTube, okay? Because I'm going to be covering some hot topics, and I'm only going to give you the spiritual side of it because that's who I am, okay? I can't be nobody else but me. And so whenever you come on my channel and I'm covering a topic, look out because I'm going to give you the spiritual side. All right. I'm going to let you know what spirit is in operation in any individual life. Right. So again, I talked to you guys about the spirit that Laonia has. That's what they call her, Laonia. But I know it's Brianna. Okay, we're gonna call her by her name. Okay, so the spirit that she's in operation is she abandonment. She got abandonment issues real bad. So any type of relationship that she ever get in going forward, if she doesn't seek therapy, if she doesn't get some kind of help, right? Dealing with that abandonment issue, dealing with that spirit, that Jezebel spirit, dealing with those spirits that she herself, uh, you know, dealing with. So she cannot go into another relationship unless she is healed. Number one, that's the mistake that we make as females. That's the mistake that we make as males, right? That when we get out of one relationship, we jump into another relationship. Okay, that's wrong. We need to take time out, go through the heartbreak, go through all of that because when you're breaking anything that breaks, right? You got to know that on the inside of a break comes what? A diamond. So go through the rough patches, go through whatever you're going through or have to go through so you can be broken. And that way, after you're broken, when you're broken, then you're suitable enough to be in somebody's life. But if you go into anybody's life carrying SS baggage, right? Then you can look for disaster. Number one, when she got with her ex baby daddy now, the twins baby daddy, when she got with him, she tried to make him to be just like her ex-husband, right? She wanted him to be this family man. She wanted him to step up and take responsibility with the children. She wanted her to love her kids. She wanted all those things that her husband gave her, ex-husband gave her. She was trying to put it into this one man. She was trying to make this one man out of that man. It's and the crazy part is you never miss your well. My mom always said you never miss your well till your water run dry. So another saying is you think the grass is greener on the other side, but when you get to the other side, you find out the grass is just brown. Okay, so the funny thing is she had it all. Some people can have it all, right? And they take what they have, what the Lord has blessed them with, and they take it for granted, right? They start stomping all over that person. They start stomping all over, and they make them, oh, he's nothing because of the fact he did everything for her. He brought her anything she wanted. He showered her with gifts. He took care of those children like they was his. And then she ended up having one by him. So a lot of times we miss our blessing. And when we miss our blessing, we think that just because we're having something, or we're going through something, or we have a split, we can always go back to our blessing. That don't necessarily works, okay? That don't necessarily work. And so this is why when she found out after dealing with this man, because you notice she said she ignored the red flags in her prior relationship that she just broke up with Janelle. Okay, she said, I ignored the red flags. They were there. She saw them. That's like us. When we see something the first time, we want to take and brush down the rug. Oh, maybe I won't see it right. Maybe I overlooked something. And all the while, those little red flags were telling you, whoa, stop, be careful, don't do that, leave that alone, turn. These are the red flags, but instead of us yielding to them, we'll keep on going because we're trying to prove a point. And that's what was happening to this young lady. She was trying to prove a point to the internet. She was trying to prove a point to the guy that she was sleeping around with, allegedly, while she was with her husband. She was trying to prove a point to him. I don't have feelings for him no more. So her point proven was to dog him out. Listen, every dog that you dog out may be the dog you may have to go to, right? Maybe the dog you may have to come back to, right? For that dog to lick your wounds. Y'all hear me out. Hear me out now. So this lady, she tried to make this man to be everything that her husband was, or her ex-husband, because she realized she made a mistake. She realized that she made a boo-boo, and she wanted to really backtrack and go back. If she could, if the ex-husband would have said, you can come back, honey, she would have been back. Trust me, right? So here we got a young lady saying, hey, I'm going to go ahead and stick it out with you. Even when I see the red flags, I'm going to just go ahead and stick it out with you because I don't want to look a certain way on the internet. I don't want the internet to view me a certain way. I don't want the internet to say, hey, she got another failed relationship. Because if she would have took accountability with her first baby daddy, she would have known how to treat her, that good thing that God sent to her. See what I'm saying? That good thing was her husband. Sometimes you don't get these opportunities. Sometimes you don't get them. God will send them to you. You dog them out, and He say, "Okay, you aren't ready. You ain't ready." So He'll take the blessing you had. He'll take the blessing that He gave to you, and He'll say, "Okay, I'll give it to somebody else. They'll appreciate the blessing." So now here she is, getting dogged out, getting a boost. I can't say the word on here, but getting that word by her ex now. He all hitting up beside the head, doing all kind of things to her, right? So here she is, told a lie on her ex-husband and saying that her ex-husband did those things to her. Pull her down the stairs, took the tote, hit her, all these things. So she did all of this. So this man that she was with currently, right? So he can feel comfortable. So that made him feel comfortable, she said. But I don't think that was the case because she have a track record. I should have named this thing track record, right? Because that's what we're going to be talking about a lot, the track record. You have a track record of being good to a good person or a track record of being a bad person, right? And if your track record is a record that people look and say, hey, she did this to the first baby daddy. She did this now to the ex-husband. Now here it is, a boyfriend, and here she is still bringing this same accusation here on social media. So her track record ain't good. So people with a track record like that, once it's out there on social media, people are gonna look at that track record and they're gonna say, oh, I ain't gonna get involved with that. I ain't gonna come nowhere. I don't care how pretty. I don't care how good she do her makeup. I don't care how many plastic surgeries she have. Her track record, right? Her track record is already on social media and it don't look good. It don't look good. So ain't nobody gonna come in and have a relationship with her, not a real one, not a real man, because of her track record. Because if she forgot. Sometimes we, as people, we don't, the blessing can be right there in our face, right? But sometimes we say, I don't want that blessing. I want that over there is shining real good for me. I like that one on the shelf right there. that is shining real good. This one over here that I got, he all right because I done dogged him out. I done made him look like a wuss, right? But that one over there on the shelf is shining, right? So here she is said, I'm going to take that off the shelf. That was the forbidden fruit. She should have sat down and she should have made it work with her husband. But it's too late now. It's too late to go back. It's too late. She done lost the first baby daddy. She done lost the husband. She done lost her current boyfriend. Now she's carrying twins, you know. So that makes her 6 babies, 6 children. Ain't no man gonna go in there. Not a real man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Not a real man is gonna go in and say, hey, I'm gonna help her take care of 6 children. It just don't work like that. It just don't work like that. So I was trying to get away from this. My last live broadcast, night before last, I talked about, doing some new content. But when I looked at her live that she did, that scricker matching me. And I said, I've got to come and let the people know how manipulative this woman really is. She is psychotic. She is manipulative. She is controlling. That Jezebel spirit is in full flesh. That's what y'all looking at. Y'all look at it. I don't care how much you try to put a cover, right? I don't care how much you try to put a cover on something. When you pull the covers back, the real person gonna show up. So whenever he rejected her, as long as Jonelle would have stayed with her, we wouldn't have heard nothing like this. Nothing like this would have came to the internet because she felt like she can control. I bet she probably said, if you break up with me, I'm going to social media. Because that's her track record. Again, good evening. Good evening. How you doing, Nina Edwards? That's her track record. Like I was telling y'all before, your track record follows you. It follows you. And so once she set that record up there from the first baby daddy to the ex-husband, now the current ex, ain't nobody gonna go in there and say, hey, she's beautiful. They might tell her she's beautiful. They're gonna go in there and hit it and quit it. That's all she's gonna find, a hit and a quitter, right? So I'm thinking, my mind was reflected because again, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all the spiritual side of this, right? And I don't know why my screen yard wasn't working, but hey, I'm coming raw today. Y'all see me, face to face, right? All right, so the spiritual side of this, when I looked at that video, because I was gonna leave this alone, let the other content creators do what they do, because they're doing a super job. Don't get me wrong, they're doing a super job. But when I saw that last video and seeing how manipulative this woman really is, it just did something to my spirit. Because y'all know on my other live that I did, I told y'all to pray for her, right? Now listen, she still need prayer. But I'm telling you, this woman she's not gonna let up. She don't know how to take accountability. She screams all day long. I take accountability for anything I ever done. Nothing that I've done to my ex-husband, nothing I have done to Jonelle. I've not done nothing to them for them all to be doing me this way. That's a lie. I looked at that video and I was like, wait a minute, girl. Wait a minute. You sitting up here gaslighting, because she loved that word, gaslighting, and she loved that word, narcissist, right? So you sitting up here gaslighting your supporters, telling your supporters, I haven't done anything but good. You trying to show them bits and pieces. That's why you did the rain light video. That's why you did all of that. That's why you put all those screenshots on there, because you wanted them to take your word. Once again, you wanted them to take your word and go over there and facts. Yeah. You wanted them to take your word and run over there and to this man's channel and try to take him down like you did your ex-husband. That's what you wanted. But it's hurting you because people over there in his comments, but he's screening his comments, and that's good on by the way, John L. And I'm gonna tell you again, if he put his hands on this woman, that's wrong. I'm not taking up for a person. If they put their hands on, I don't take up for that. But what I'm telling you is this woman needs to be stopped. This woman needs to be stopped. See, some people can handle social media. Some people needs a social media page, and some people just don't need a social media page. She is one of those ones. The truth made a monster. I'm gonna be honest with you. Bruh, the truth made a monster by giving her a social media page because she is using that page that she got with those 1.3 K for a million followers, and she is taking certain people. She got a good handful, right? That will do anything that she's a manipulator. She's a mastermind of manipulator. She know how to master people's mind. She know how to get on here and cry. And after she start crying, people start feeling sorry for her because number one, majority of the women that's on her supporter team have done went through the same thing that this woman went through. So here we got a lot of trauma bonded women, right? A lot of them are trauma bonded. And so they go after the man because they can't see past their trauma. See, trauma will cause you to act out. Trauma will cause you to act like everything you doing is right. Trauma will do that until that trauma is checked. This is what we're going to continue to see here on social media when we're dealing with this one lady. She's dealing with a lot of baggage. She has dealt with and dealing with a lot of trauma from her childhood that has never been checked. And so all these women are coming together and saying, hey, you did our girl, because some of that man comments at first when John L. first left Brianna, some of that man comments that was over there. That was over there in that man comments calling her a woman beater, all kind of stuff. Which now I don't condone that if he did it. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's right. But let me tell you something. That woman, the type of woman she is, she will cause a man. She's one of those women that want to be masculine, right? She's one of them that want to stand up to a man and say, I dare you, hit me. I dare you, hit me. She's one of those ones. That's right, period, Nina. Exactly. She's one of those that provokes people. And see, she kept provoking the truth for a long time, for some years, right? For some years, she kept provoking that man. She liked for, see, you got some women that love for men to beat on them. They love that. They figure that he loved me when he does that, right? But see, the truth wasn't one of those men. But she met the right one. She met the right one with John L. He won't dealing with that mess. You seen what she said? She triggered him. She's the type of woman that would trigger a man to go ahead and take her out of here. I'm being honest with you. This woman carries a lot of baggage. She's evil and she's conniving. She is. She is. And I'm glad that this man walked away, because if he wouldn't have walked away, it'd probably been something that we probably been on this internet saying bye-bye to somebody. And I'm being honest with you, because you don't come talking about calling that boy your mama after he done did this. Y'all in a heated argument. Y'all back and forth in a heated argument. And then she said, your mama. She knew what she was doing. She knew that was going to trigger him. She knew it. But that spirit in her don't care, because she's very, very evil. That spirit in her, right, would cause a man to murk her. And I'm being honest with you. I'm being honest with you. I'm so glad that Robert got out. I'm so glad that John L got out because let me tell you something. No man needs to go behind those walls for a woman like this. Until that woman gets the help that she needs, right? Until that woman get off social media and go to a real therapist and get on medication because you need some medicine. I'm telling you, the woman is bipolar. Who comes from one day crying over a man, right? Saying he did this to me, and he did that to me, right? One day you're crying, next day you over here acting like you won the preach prize. You over here now campaigning for women's rights, and that was a lie. I was like, wait a minute, what am I seeing? What am I seeing here? This woman was it's just like she flip flopping. One minute she's Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, y'all. One minute she's evil, she's fussing, she's cussing. I mean, there's so many spirits that's in this one person. And I'm not lying. That next live, she was up there, she was like, yeah, y'all, this time I want to show y'all the transformation of Miss Brianna from this to this. I'm like, honey, wasn't you just on IG crying? Wasn't you just on IG flipping? Wasn't you just on IG raging? Wasn't you just on IG unhinged? Like, this is the type of stuff that we're dealing with. And her supporters, right? Some of them are waking up, but you still got some of them lame supporters that's trauma bonding with her and won't tell her your dookie stink. Your dookie stink, and you need to take accountability of what you did. You need to stop what you're doing, and you need to do this or do that. She don't like that. That spirit in her, she don't like to be checked, even though exactly she can't tell me nothing either. Exactly, Nina. She cannot tell me. She can't tell nobody nothing until she get help. She cannot. This woman done flip from one person, and these are those split personalities. This is called a split personality disorder that this woman has. One minute she's crying, one minute she's like a child. I know y'all have seen these mood swings that this woman has. She just swips. She's like a light switch. She just you can turn it. She one person. You can turn it. She the next person. You can turn it because when you see how she did that skit with Jonelle, like she said she him. She talked like him and everything. Every time this woman get around anybody, she is like how can I say? She takes on their personality. Like she don't know who she is. She really don't know who she is. Really. Somebody inspired her yesterday for her to do that live broadcast. Somebody must have told her, okay, Brianna, what we need for you to do now, you're going to come back stronger. You're going to empower people, blah, blah, blah. Then she comes on here with this. I'm like, this girl here, I cannot believe it. I cannot believe that we're looking at this stuff in, in real time. It's sad. It's really sad. When her daddy needs to tell Brianna, you need to go get some help. Baby, you need to get off social media and you need to go get some help. Check yourself in somewhere and get on some medication because I'm telling you, this woman is unhinged. She is unhinged. I'm telling you. So I was like, all right, so John L's gone. He's over there still promoting his body butters. She mad because of the fact he's screening all his comments. He's only allowing the comments to come in that are good and that are talking about his body butters. Because when I looked at his page, it said like 40 comments on his page, right? When he was doing those body butters. But only 6 comments was viewed. You know what I'm saying? He had over 40 comments, but only 6 comments were on there. So that let me know I'm praying for her. Um, they need prayer. It's sad because Nina, this woman already results back to her dad. And if you look at Walter, Walter like he is tired. Okay, he ain't gaining no weight. He's staying the same. This man and them little pranks she was doing that she went to jail. Did y'all see that prank where she was making like she went to jail? And she said, "Dad, come get me out. I'm at the county. Come get me out." That man was running, trying to find his keys, trying to find his shoes. He couldn't find nothing. He was hysterical, trying to go and find her to get her out. And she was just hollering, "Dad, they're trying to beat me up, Dad." And he was like, "Oh my God, oh my God. Brown, I'm coming, I'm coming." See, if she not careful, she gonna give that man a heart attack. She gonna get, and anything happen to Walt, y'all can forget it. It's over for Brianna. It's over. Because she ain't gonna have nobody to call on. You seen it? Mm-hmm. She ain't gonna have nobody to call on because her family, her sisters and them, they don't want to have nothing to do with her because of how she treated them. This is what I was telling you. You could live so high that God will bring you back down, right? Now she talking about I gotta move. I gotta move. And I'm going back to where I used to stay and blah blah this and blah blah that, right? She been talking about moving for the longest. So now she said, I gotta move and I'm going back to my hometown because I'll be close to my dad. All right, so now she's planning on using Walter. Now she's planning on having Walter babysit those children because she know that when these twins, allegedly twins, come, she know it's going to be a time. It's going to be a time. She gonna need all the help she can get, and she know that her help is gonna come from Walter. She know that. She know, and John L can care less. She already know that man rather pay his child support and keep it moving because Brianna is the type of woman that, and I thank God that Robert hung in there. As far as his kid, his daughter, right? But Brianna's the type of woman that if you have a kid by her, you rather pay the child support and just keep on going. Look, I'll talk to my child when they get up to some age, like 18 or something. They want a relationship with me, then boom. She is one of those type. She is. She really is. And so I think John L's gonna be kind of like that because he know he ain't gonna be able to deal with her. Like and what peed me off again, out of all the things that RH have done for her, took her in, took her children in, wiped her. You know what I'm saying? Out of all, you agree? Out of all the things that he's done for her, she give all the recognition to Deshaun, who ain't been there, who have never been there. That man stepped up and took care of Deshaun children. I think Deshaun need to give a Robert a he need to write a social media post that, look, I thank Mr. Robert Hampton for being there for my. He needs to give him a. He really do. But Brianna, she still is bitter towards Robert. Because she still want him. She still like him. She still care. Any woman that does the things that Brianna has done and still right here cannot call. She only called out that man name. She said, in my other relationship, and the other one, she won't even call her out his name. She called out Deshaun's name, but she won't even call out Robert's name like that. She said my other relationship. Honey, you had a whole marriage. And she can't get mad at nobody but herself because she the one ruined that marriage. She the one put the stamp on that marriage by cheating on her husband while this man was battling cancer. Because Jonell ain't just come out the woodworks just like that. He been there for a minute. Trust me. For this woman, let me tell you how I know he been there for a minute. For this woman to already have this man living down in her basement, he been there for a minute. He been there. That little trip that she took to New York wasn't the first time that she had encounters with Jonell. I don't believe that. I do not believe it. No, ma'am. So your husband is battling cancer. You over here being the thought that you know how to be. Because she was talking about, I've never been a thought. I never went from man to man. Yes, you have. Your own friend Ayana came on Lou Potts live broadcast. Or did she? No, she wasn't on Lou Potts. She was on her Facebook page talking about how one man was in the door coming and the other man was leaving. So, honey, yes, you was a thought. You was nothing but a thought. For you to come on this woman is a manipulator. She's, when I say she could lie, she's talking about Jonell lies. Honey, you the master of lies. That's all you do when you open up your mouth. We already know what's coming out. A lie, 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 lie. That's why they call you lie on you. Because you keep lying on somebody. Period. So for her, she told Jonell one thing. She told Jonell, she said, until you do right by me, right? That everything you touch gonna fall. That's what she told that man. Well, let me flip beside that. Let me do a flip to this, right? Brianna, until you do right by Robert, everything else gonna fall. Yeah. Everything else gonna fall. You may even lose your social media. Because you owe this man, you took this man page that had 8 million followers. You took it, Brianna. Then you scrape this man page and now he can't even get paid on the content he do on Facebook. You dead wrong. You evil, you conniving, you a witch. That's what you are. And you cannot say that you're serving the God that I serve. No, ma'am. She realized she lost the best thing in it. Exactly, she realized that. But it's too late for that. Until she can come back and make her statement just as bold as she made when she came on here lying on her husband, saying that he abused her, right? When she came on here on social media, because you know she said this is the only way I know how to do is expose them. And that's how I know I left a relationship, because I exposed them. You ain't exposing nobody but you. Only one that we see in here, because your track record ain't clean, baby. Your track record is dirty. So the only one that we see here is how you, every relationship you get in, every relationship you get in. If them men say they don't want you, if them men reject you, then you come here on social media. You plot everything. That's why you have these recordings. That's why you have these text messages. That's why you had all that. Because you know your plan. If you lost control at any point in any relationship that you've been in, that you was going to come right back here on social media and you're going to play them out. You're going to play them out. That's the evil plot twist that you have. That woman is a full-fledged witch. That's what she is. She's on here talking about she trying to get her life straight with God. She's trying to, no. Because the God that I serve will cause you to make things right with your fellow man. That's the God that I serve. The God that I serve will tell you the forgiveness. Because if you don't forgive somebody else, how can God forgive you? That's right. She will never. She will never. she gonna get those that come in because her body, those those surgeries she done had done to her body. She'll get those. You know, those are just looking at the body. That's all. But they ain't coming to stay. They're gonna come and hit it, and they're gonna leave. You messed up your blessing, Brianna. God gave you your blessing. The truth was your blessing. That man came in. What man will come in a woman's life that already has three-headed children? Already, right? And I'm talking about a man with prestige. I'm talking about a man who's well known. You missed your blessing. You messed that up. And now you want to sit down here and cry to God and ask God to help you. You want to cry to God and tell God to go get them. You want to cry to God and tell people, God don't play about me. God don't play. He don't play about you. And he ain't playing with you. He not playing with you. So that's why he's knocking you off of that pedestal. He wants you to become humble. And how you can become humble is sometimes being humiliated will cause you to be humble. Okay? So he wants you to become humble, right? And do things right. Get that thing right with your ex-husband because you the one messed that up. You had it all, sweetheart, and you lost it because you went back to your old ways, right? This man you thought that was controlling you, your husband never controlled you, but you thought that he was controlling you by telling you, hey, I think it's beneficiary. Yes, he was. That's right. Right. A God-sent man. So now this is you picking up the pieces. This is you picking up the pieces of your brokenness or your broken life. You did this to yourself. So if you want to get mad, don't get mad at John L. He played his part. He knew he had a sucker. He probably seen you whenever you was going through your breakup, right? He probably knew that the truth was already gone out the house, right? And he seized the opportunity to come in your life and played you like a fiddle. He won't dare to stay no way because he knew, man, I'm just gonna come in here and get this, and I'm gone. Especially when you start pouring after the first week of you knowing him. You done got a whole billboard with him. You done did a whole party and brought him all these expensive gifts. That man was like, oh, we ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. And see, that's a mistake that you made. He's a man. Yes, exactly. That's a mistake you made. You say that's your love language. Honey, that what we forgets and what she have really forgets. I want to remind her of this. Before you knew a Jonelle, while you was with Deshaun, you ain't had nothing. When you got with this big status, because the truth is big status, honey. When you got with this big status, man, he upgraded you. The world seen it. Okay? Because you know y'all was public figures. The world sees how he upgrades you. The world seeing how he upgrades your children. The world seeing all of that, sweetheart. So for you to come on here and say, hey, I got more than any of my baby daddies. I'm the one that did this. Did it. Honey, you didn't have none of this. None. We didn't even know you. As a matter of fact, you wasn't known to us. He introduced you to us. He introduced you to social media, right? He the one got you monetized. Just like you did, John L. did for John L. The truth did for you, honey. You can't never miss your well till your water run dry. You can't never give props to what props is really due. You want to sit here and say, Deshaun, Deshaun, Deshaun. Deshaun ain't been paying no child support. Deshaun, you said see all the dogs on you and all this and that. Took the bat, was trying to hit you with the bat. That's the Deshaun you brought to the internet that we knew. Now you want to go around and praise him because number one, you still mad at your ex-husband because of the fact he told you, get the stepping. I'm done. The man been done a year after the marriage. That's how bad it is to live with you, honey. It's horrible. You make it difficult for a man to live with you, right? You make it difficult. You checking their phone. That man can't even go work no more. He got to come back in. Here's the phone. What kind of man want to live with a woman like that? None. Because if you don't have no trust, you don't have nothing. You come in with issues, honey. You came in a relationship with each relationship you had. You came in with those same issues. Jealousy. Right? That's one of your things. Insecure. All these issues you came in. And that man had to deal with this for 6 years of your insecurities, of you always not trusting him, of you always got people. The man at the airport, I never forget that video of him coming from the airport and how some woman said, hey, I seen him at the airport with another woman. Listen, he on the phone trying to tell you that was not me, baby. I don't know who that. I remember that video. Like, you are very difficult to live with. It's you. You need to go get you some help. You do. And I can know those kids are tired of living in the house with you. I can imagine what they go through on a day-to-day basis. I can imagine that. I can imagine. Because you are very hard to live with. You are. So when I saw your video, I said, I've been trying to get on StreamYard. I couldn't get it to work. I said, I'm going to have to go ahead on and come live in person. Sweetheart, that video you did, some more lies. When are you, sweetheart? When are you, amen, the wise woman speaking truth. Hey, Michelle, when are you gonna accept responsibility and accountability? When are you gonna do that? You say all day long, I take accountability. Anything I'm doing, I sit in my mess. You do not. You don't, baby. That's another lie. You can't manipulate people that's strong-minded. Weak-minded people are going to be always drawn to you because they are trauma bonding with you. But people that have a strong mind, we're going to always be on this social media platform telling you you have the problem. It's you. It's you. It's you. It ain't these men. And I'm not going to condone what Jonell have done to you. I'm not going to condone that because he shouldn't have put his hands on you. But I can imagine what he had to go through to just get away from you. That man been finished. That man was done. And you steady running behind him. Steady offering him. Then you went and got a $10,000 ring. Thought that was going to change him. The man took the ring. Every bit of piece of jewelry that you gave this man, he got it. He still got it. And he's gone. He's gone. Because he never came to stay. He probably was just going to hit it when you was in New York. But because you came and showered him with this party and all these nice gifts, that man said, ooh, wait a minute. Let me stay a little bit longer. Let me see what else I can get out of her. You mean tell me after the first week, she already done gave me these shoes, clothes, nice jewelry. She done put a billboard of me. She done got young on the wrist. That man said, okay, let me go ahead and milk this cow. And that's what he was doing. He was milking you. He was milking you. And I know you had to know. Let me tell you something. One thing about a woman. One thing about us females, we know when a man really want us or into us. And we know when a man ain't into us. I don't care how. And she had to know. But she still thought that she can buy him and buy him and buy him. And he would stick with her. And he would stick with her. You notice only time he really came around is when it was time for her to get her pay. And every content creator that's on this side told the truth. He only wanted what he wanted. We've been seeing that. So now you want to come on here and make like, hey, I'm over the hurt. I'm through with that. I'm through with the John L thing. I'm over that hurt. I'm not hurting no more. I done cried enough. I ain't crying no more. Now, this phase of being Brianna, girl, you done switch to somebody else. How many personalities do you have? How many? We don't know who we're dealing with now. There's a lady on Facebook, I think it's Talk with T, I think it is. She called her Caroline. Or call Momo Caroline. We need to start naming these characters that Brianna have. Because, honey, she has some split personalities. The woman now, she's on here trying to run this campaign of this woman that never did nothing. Everybody ever, all these people dumping on me. All these social medias talking about me. Everybody doing me wrong. Everybody doing me wrong. Now I'm going to go and heal broken women. When you broken yourself, how you going to heal somebody else and you never been healed? How you going to preach to the mass when you need to be preached to? Tell me that. But you got these trauma-bound women that's going to say, go girl, we behind you. We sticking with you. Oh my God, pray for Brianna. If she was running for president, my God, they have a sign up there. Our next president will be Brianna of the Beehives. Let me tell y'all something. That devil will put you on a boat and roll you out there in the middle of the sea. That's right. Roll you out there in the middle of the sea. And before you look around and you all by yourself. And that's what's happening right now. This woman is all by herself. She in her own little boat. Every friend that she had, they already left her. Every friend, everybody that come in contact with her, leave her. Only one she got is Walt. That's the only one that's in her corner. And these other people that's been in her life or in her corner, they're just there for a reason. They're there for a reason. They're trying to see what they can get out of you. Really, you want to be honest about the situation. They're just trying to see what they're going to get out of you. They ain't your friend. They ain't friends with you, sweetheart. Because they're going to come and out you on something else. Because the reason why you're being exposed the way you're being exposed because you came so loud on this Facebook and you lied on a black man, right? Hey, Terry. Hey, bro. You lied on a black man. You lied on a good man that didn't do you no wrong. You lied on a man that took in your children, took in your baggage, dealt with your mess, dealt with your insecurities, came in, gave his phone day in and day out, everywhere he came. He had to call and make sure you okay. If you wanted something to eat, he took you to get something to eat. You get in the car and like you're all mad. He took all of that abuse from you, sweetheart. If you really want to call being abused, it was him. Because he took it from you. He took that from you, sweetheart. Yeah, he took that from you. So we want to talk about Miss Brianna. If you want to start over, if you want to really run for the big women, you wanted your brand now, because that's what she's working on. She's working on her brand. Let me tell y'all, because y'all know I have an insight that comes from the Holy Spirit. She working on her brand. I got to try to build my brand back up because she done junked her brand up messing with Donnell, right? That man done took her up and through the Facebook streets, social media streets. He done took her up and through there. So now she's trying to rebuild herself. Now she's trying to say, oh, I don't want y'all to look at the past 2 years and everything that I've done here on social media. I want y'all to forget that because right now, time of my life, it's a new Brianna, and I want y'all to see how I transform to this. Girl, no. This not what we're gonna do. This ain't how this gonna work. No. Mm-mm. First, you go clean up the mess you made. Then you can make a transformation or make an exit. Because really, everybody wants you canceled. Because you really cannot do social media. It's not for you. You don't have no content. Ain't nothing on here about you that people like. All you do is come up here and show your little face, you know what I'm saying, and your little boobs and your little butt. And that's all you do from day in and day out. We want to cancel you. That's what that's what we want. We want you gone. We don't want you building no another brand because, honey, we don't need another Brianna on here. We don't need nobody to have no copycat spirit like you. We don't need you cloning nobody like you, honey. We don't need it. Not on social media. No. No. Nope. Miss us with that. What we need for you to do is to come back here screaming and kicking like you did when you made that first phone call to them police concerning your ex-husband. We need you to come screaming and kicking the same way you was on that phone line. That's what we need for you to do. We need for you to make them lies that you done, right? We need for you to come straighten up that. And then maybe we might look in and say, well, maybe she might have changed a little bit. You know, but if you want to skip over everything you did for 2 years, baby, no. We ain't doing that. We're not doing that. Nope. Wrong day. Wrong. We want to cancel you. We want to cancel Jenny. We want to cancel more. We want to cancel everything that's connected to you because guess what? Your offspring, your track record, right? That old track record I was talking about when I first started doing my live. That one. That track record is now causing all these other trauma bonders that really wanted your ex-husband to come on your team. And now they're trying to build this big old track star team. And we ain't having that. We want Jenny sitting down. We want you gone. We want to cancel you. We want to cancel more. Anything connected to Brianna that's like a cancer, like a sore, we want it gone. We want it gone. We don't want to deal with that. No. So you come back on social media and you just recant because you love to recant stuff. You recanted everything with John L. Come recant everything with your ex-husband. Come on. Come and recant. You did some recanting because you first said, oh, he did this to me. And then you come back. I never said because you thought you was really going to go back to him. You thought he really was going to accept you back. So you started recanting. You was a recanter. So come back on social media and recant that lie that you told 2.5 years ago about your ex-husband. Then you move on. You can't move on and get on your knees and say, I'm going to come and preach to the mass. No, because let me tell you, it don't work like that. Not with God. No, he wants you to first go back to your brother. Go back to the one you did some wrong to. Go back and get that right and then come back and bring your gift to the altar. See, I'm giving you scripture because you talk like, you love God. I'm going to give you scripture. Right? So don't try to play us. We too strong for that. We're too strong for that, sweetheart. No. We ain't gonna do that. We're not doing that. And all those you notice that Jenny, She went on a little spray about the Lord, the Lord, the Lord, the Mormons people. You know, she went on the spray. Then all of a sudden she went right back to talking about the truth because number one, this woman trauma bond with somebody else called Brianna. That whole beehive over there, is gradually. You ever been, if anybody ever been on, went to a real beehive and how they use that little, it's like a little smoker and they smoke out the bees. You know what I'm saying? They smoke the bees out and that smoke that comes from the bees cause the bees to get drunk, right? So they can go in and get the honey. Okay? So that's what's happening. So it's slowly smoking the bees out because the number one bee, right? The queen bee, right? The queen bee is down. So when the queen bee down, everybody else that's connected to the queen, right? Everything that's connected to the queen, it's like goes down like a domino effect. So now the smoke, there's a smoker, and that's just a matter of time. Y'all listen to me carefully. That's just a matter of time that as that smoke is smoking them bees out, everybody over there, they're either gonna lose their page or they're gonna move on. Now, this right here, what I'm speaking now is by the Spirit of the Holy Ghost, okay? Not me. This is by the Spirit of the Holy Ghost. I'll tell you sometime that's just me talking, but when I speak like this here, it's God speaking, okay? They're going to either move on, right? They're going to either move on from this saga, from this mess that the queen bee has made, right? They're going to either move on or they're going to lose their page, one or the other. The choice is going to be up to them. Because one thing you're not going to do, God deals with people, innocence. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that Mr. Robert or Mr. LaTruth, whatever y'all prefer to call him, I'm not saying that he didn't do no wrong, but he didn't hit that woman. He didn't beat on that woman. He didn't do what that woman said. All right? I'm going to say that. I'm not going to say he's Jesus. No, I'm not going to say that. But I'm going to tell you, he didn't do that. So now, if she don't get that straight, she can look for it. She already falling down. She already falling down. And I don't care how much money a person can have. If they don't have happiness, if they don't have joy, if they don't have nothing, there's nobody to share it with, the money is just like nothing to them. So she's looking for her next victim if she ain't already got one. And it's going to be a while that she'll come on social media with her significant other, right? Because she already know y'all want to clown her. But I'm telling her, if she watching my video, please go get healed. Get somewhere. If you really want to get with God, first, I'm telling you first, get you some help, some medical help, some mental help, right? And get on some medication. Because, honey, this is not a good look. This is not a good look for your children. Because guess what? The stuff that she's doing right now, them kids are going to look at this because they're growing up. And one thing about kids, they love social media. They love TikTok. They see their mom on TikTok just crying out of control. You know their friends going to clown them. But see what? People ain't looking at that. She ain't looking at that. Because number one, she don't care as much as for them children as she do for a man. No. They come last on the totem pole. Look at Momo hair. Robert got Momo right now. Y'all look at her hair. Is that a woman that really care about her children? That girl hair looks so bad. But yet she's sitting right on. Because number one, she ain't happy. Now, if she had a man over there, that girl hair would have been done. Trust me. Trust me. It's all about her image. It's all about what she looked like versus what her children look like. For some reason, I can understand that You know, a lot of people say her mother died at a young age. Well, no, she was a teenager when her mom died. So I'm pretty sure that her mom did give her some instructions on how you supposed to do, you know, far as your children. They come first, honey, then you. Your children are a reflection of you. If your children don't look good, then people gonna look at you like, girl, you looking good. You out here decked down, nice wigs, nice boots, and your children looking like this. Your children wearing hand-me-downs. You got Gucci and Fendi on, but your children got on some Walmart clothes. No, they're gonna judge you. You are the reflection of your children. You. So she need to take a sit back off of social media, which I know she ain't gonna do. She ain't gonna take no break. No, because somebody done put in her head. I promise you. Because that girl went from crying on social media to now she want to be the advocate of all for all women. Yeah, she running for campaign over there. Somebody done put it in her head. Oh, Brianna, if I was you, I'll just do my content like this and rebuild your brand, blah, blah, blah. Somebody put this in her head because Brianna ain't thought about this. Because this girl is still but hurt from her marriage, her breakup from her marriage. You heard what she said. I had to pretend. I had to gaslight my husband. I had to come to social media. I had to because he didn't feel secure because he still thought I wanted my husband. So this why I did this. Girl, all of that is lies, 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 lies. Jonelle, number one, this man played a character. And his character was, I'm gonna drain I'm gonna drain the well. I'm gonna get as much money as I can get from this woman. I'm gonna hit it and still, cause he never stopped. He never stopped having females. This woman caught this man with so many females because that's who he is. He was never committed in this relationship. And he got to the point, let me tell y'all something. This man got to the point that he didn't even want her money. He just wanted out. That shows the character of Brianna. That man was like, nah, I'm good. Like, keep your money, keep everything. I'm gone. Like, let me go. That man was trying to go. She steady was trying to pull him in with gifts. And then probably went from gifts to threatening messages. If you don't do this, whenever these babies are born, I'm going to put you on child support. You think your acting career is going. I can hear it now. Y'all know this on MO. You think you're doing something. You think you're doing numbers on. You think you're doing tubies. I'm about to get all that Tubi money. I can hear her now. I can hear her now. And that's what kept him dingling on a stick. She had him dingling on a stick. Yeah. And so he was like, man, forget it. Do what you got to do. I'm still gone. I'm out of here. She would have still been over there. Trust me. Now she over there. I left every relationship I've ever been in. I left my husband. I left my first. And I left this one too. I've done. Them people left you, sweetheart. She can't take a loss. She don't like abandonment. She have abandonment issues. She have trust issues. She one of them type of women that need to be always told, I'm beautiful. How do I look? Do I look beautiful? She one of them. She one of them. And that smothers a man. There's nothing more attracted to a man than a woman. Not only does she have her own money, but also have a strong mind. That woman mind being weak. Being weak. You heard what he said. She said he told her, don't let social media kill you. Because he know her mind weak. He know who she was. So I came on here tonight. I said, I just cannot. I was gonna leave this alone because I'm about to bring some new content, y'all, because I got some stuff up my sleeve and I've been studying some stuff, and I'm about to bring some new refreshing content. But I couldn't let this go. When I saw that video, when I saw her live, it just made, I was like, what the world? This girl done flipped. Now all of a sudden she okay. She's on here talking strong. She's about to do this. She's about to do that. She's about to make an advocate for women and all women's group. And oh my, I was like, what the heck? And the night before that, you was on IG spinning out of control. Like, what are we dealing with? That's my time, y'all. I'm about to get up out of here. Um, Again, I'm gonna bring y'all some new content coming up. I'm gonna put it on my community board. I didn't put this on it because I was trying to get on StreamYard. For some reason, StreamYard wouldn't let me get on there. And I'm like, what in the world? Is everybody screaming today? So I had to end up coming on here. So I get y'all me face to face, right? Yeah. Yeah. They said, cam up. Cam up. So I had to cam